presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox. We are Minnesota.
One of the most impressive wins of the season, the Twins hope for a series win against a very good Texas Ranger ball club. It's been a great week and a half for the Twins. It's seen them take 6.5 games lead off the deficit in the American League Central. And in the American League West, the Rangers are a very good ball club. That's why they're in first place in a very balanced division. And we welcome you to Target Field. Good Sunday afternoon to you. Dick Bramer along with the Hall of Famer Bert Blyleven. It was an impressive win for the Twins yesterday, and while the first four hitters might not be the four hitters we thought would be there at the start of the year, still a pretty good ball game.
Well, something happened yesterday that starting pitchers love, and that was early run support. The Twins scored 5 runs in the first inning thanks to the top of the lineup, and throughout the ball game, 10 for 16. They scored 6 of the 8 runs, and they drove in 4 of them yesterday. So good job by the top 4 guys. Michael Kadire continues to swing a hot bat.
The All-Stars, the former league MVPs, the great hitters that the Twins hope to feature this year, not in the lineup this weekend, but when you pitch the way the Twins have pitched lately, you've always got a chance.
Yeah, you know what? That's why the Twins have won 8 out of 10 ball games. Yes, they scored more runs than they did in April and May, but the pitching has been outstanding. Baker, a complete game in yesterday's ball game. Pavano about 4 days ago. For Francisco Liriano, he'd like to repeat that, what Baker did, but I think what the Twins want, give me 7 very good innings, Francisco Liriano. His last start, coming off the disabled list, he lost a 1-0 tough loss, but Liriano throws strikes here this afternoon.
There was a time in his career people thought Liriano would win a Cy Young. Our honoree from yesterday, Jim Perry, did. We'll talk more about that in a moment. You by your local Northland Ford dealers. Visit your local Northland Ford dealer or go to northlandford.com. And by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards.
It's a cool day for Family Day. The kids are all around the park getting ready for the Twins and the Rangers' first pitch coming up shortly. Yesterday here at the ballpark, the Twins honored Jim Perry and welcomed him into the Hall of Fame. Jim Perry had a 17-year career in the bigs. He was with the Twins from 1963 to 1972. In that stretch, he was a three-time All-Star and the 1970 Cy Young winner. He went over 200 games and struck out over 1,500 batters. And yesterday, other Twins Hall of Famers like Rick Aguilera, Bert Blyleven, Rod Carew, Gary Gaetti, and many on hand. Bert was able to welcome him into the Twins Hall of Fame. A special day here at Target Field yesterday for Mr. Jim Perry. There you see the beautiful plaque and picture honoring. Of course, Jim Perry throws out the first pitch just a bit outside. Big day yesterday and a big day today for Francisco Liriano. Second game back after the DL. Twins look to win their third consecutive series and carve into that 10-game deficit in the American League Central. Stay here.
At its heart and soul, baseball is really a kid's game. For professionals, it may not be child's play, but that's how they started, as youngsters on the playground, relishing the passion and the joy of a summer day on the diamond. Some grow up to wear a major league uniform, but for all who play it, the game has a way of grabbing you early and not letting go. It's fostered, cherished, and passed on from one generation to the next. Because baseball is a kid's game for kids of all ages. Join us now for Kids Day at the ballpark on Fox Sports North.
Oh
done.
And on Kids Day, a beautiful rendition of our national anthem from a young lady. And the Twins, with a packed house again here at Target Field, will try to win this series. Having won the last two series, this would be the most impressive because of who they're playing. A very good Texas Ranger ball club. And here's the Menard batting order for the series finale. Ian Kinsler, Elvis Andrus, Josh Hamilton, Michael Young, Adrian Beltre, Nelson Cruz, Yorvin Turrialba, and David Murphy and Craig Gentry.
That'll be Francisco Liriano on the mound, making his 100th career start, his 11th start of the year. Second start since coming off the disabled list. Talked a little bit about in the open. 5 very good innings. He was a tough 1-0 loser in that ball game against the Cleveland Indians. And he has struggled here at home. You want to start winning at home. And Liriano so far this year in 3 starts, 0-3 with a 14.73 earned run average. He's pitched a total of 11 innings. He's allowed 18 runs here at Target Field.
Twins out in the field. Delman Young in left, Ben Revere in center, Jason Repko in right. Luke Hughes gets third base. Danny Valencia is the DH. Casilla, Tolbert up the middle. Kadair at first. Rene Rivera behind the plate. And quite a ball game yesterday for Ben Revere, who made not one but 2 sensational catches to help Scott Baker pitch a complete game.
Well, you need that. You know, Scott Baker was almost smiling on the mound because of the catch that he made out in left center field, where he went airborne and made a great catch. And you see the patch right there behind that arm, and I'm sure that's maybe a little bit of a grass rug burn, more or less. But Ben Revere, he's been, you know, Denard Span, I think, a little jealous.
Well, here's Ian Kinsler, who missed some time in this series because of being on paternity leave, back with the Rangers. Played yesterday, back on the lineup today.
His wife delivered a little baby, so congratulations to Ian Kinsler. Picked up 1 hit in yesterday's ball game.
Which is notable for him because, and this is one of those things you really can't explain, this guy's a veteran. He's just had a terrible time on the road.
Yeah, not hitting well at all on the road. And Ron Washington, the manager, just says, you know, that's the game of baseball. You have hots and lows, and right now his low is on the road.
Chipped his bat, 1 and 2. He's hitting 127 on the road.
Kinsler in his 6th season with the Rangers. Came up in 2006, a career .281 hitter coming into his 6th year. 2-time All-Star for the Rangers. Good hitter, a guy you want to keep off the bases. Rangers like to run, especially with the top 2 guys in the lineup.
Off the plate, 2 and 2.
And for Liriano, just stay aggressive in the strike zone. 35 walks in 54 innings pitched with 41 strikeouts.
Popped up right side. Tolbert retreats. Repko comes in. 1 away.
Liriano making his first start against the Rangers here in Minnesota. His 5th start overall, his 7th appearance. You see the numbers, the high ERA, but that's been coming down as of late. 5 very good innings in his last start.
Andrus, the hitter. The fans have seen it. You and I have talked about it. At times the most difficult 3 outs to get are the last 3 outs. But sometimes the most important 3 outs are the first 3 outs. And yesterday, Scott Baker not only had a 1-2-3 first inning, he threw just 10 pitches. And as much, I think, as the 5 runs the Twins got in the bottom of the inning, he set the tone on the top of the inning by having a nice, orderly first inning. Another chip bat, a roller to second. Tolbert over to Kadair, 2 down. I mean, if Baker doesn't have a quick 1-2-3 first inning, he might not have the chance to complete the ball game.
Well, Baker yesterday threw 112 pitches, 9 innings, allowed only 5 hits, no walks, 7 strikeouts. And you can see a lot of those pitches. He's got that running fastball, but he really did a good job of keeping that ball down. Changed speeds well, and then you can go up the ladder if you establish down. So Baker throughout the ball game maintained that good fastball and had excellent control.
Well, Liriano's going to have a 1-2-3 first inning on 8 pitches. So a nice orderly first inning on a Sunday afternoon as well. 4. Brought to you by Menard. Ben Revere in the leadoff spot. Alexi Casilla, then Michael Cuddyer, Delman Young, Luke Hughes, Danny Valencia in the middle. Jason Repko, Rene Rivera, Matt Colbert rounded out.
On the mound this afternoon, that'll be Matt Harrison, a left-handed starter for the Rangers, making his 12th start. He's been battling some kidney stones. Actually, they're still in his bladder area right now, and also some blister problems where he missed a start, making just his second career start against the Twins. And that last start coming back in July of 2008 at the Metrodome.
High and tight twice, and it's 2-0.
In that start in 2008, he lost to the Twins 14-2. He did not pitch very well in that ball game. Just a youngster.
3 in a row. Up and in.
Harrison, his last start, worked only 4 innings. That coming against the Detroit Tigers at home. Lost that ball game 8-1.
Revere reaches in a 4-pitch walk yesterday with 2 awesome catches.
Going back to the wall right there, making a nice catch. And this next catch is the one that everybody's been talking about. Look at that. Fully extended, leaving the earth to make an outstanding catch.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. He left the earth. Airborne for a while. We'll see what he does here with the lefty Harrison walking him on 4 pitches. Here's Casilla. A belt-high strike. What we've seen throughout this series, and it might be simply because of the presence of Adrian Beltre, who's a Gold Glove winner at third, the Twins have been far less apt to bunt in situations where on the road trip they were bunting.
Well, if you're going to bunt in this situation, you want to take it down that first base line. That ball getting away from the catcher.
Torrealba looked like that pitch hit him in the leg.
Well, they'll give Harrison a wild pitch. Yeah, that ball bouncing first and then rolling up the glove and then into the backstop. Watch out.
1-1 to Casilla with Revere now at second base.
Well, third wild pitch for Harrison on the
end. Casilla's going to be ruled out. He bunted into himself. He bunted the ball either off the plate or right in front of it, and then he ran right into the bunt. So he's retired, and Revere goes back to second.
Well, it looked like Casilla wanted to bunt that ball down and take it with him right here. Instead, out of the box, you can see once that ball makes contact, he's automatically out. So the catcher will get an assist on this.
Scoring at 2 unassisted. Here's Cuddyer. There is a definite presence to the middle of this Twins lineup now from the right side of the plate. Both Cuddyer and Delman Young have been swinging the bat very well in the month of June.
Well, Cuddyer 6 for 9 so far in the series with a home run, and he's driven in 5 runs. Not a lot of history between the Twins and Harrison. 1 start, 4 relief appearances. He actually picked up a save against the Twins last year. But Cuddyer over his last 25 ball games hitting .316.
Harrison's been all over the place, just throwing away the Casilla at bat because of how it turned out. He's really having a tough time throwing strikes. Ron Washington has seen his team climb to the top in the division they won last year. Inside 3-0 with Young on deck.
Well, you mentioned Harrison. You see Torrealba go sitting inside, the ball inside. Doug Eddings behind the plate here this afternoon.
He's been swinging the bat. We'll see if Cuddyer's green lighted here. Takes a strike.
Again, a lot of times, Dick, you can be green lighted, but it's got to be a pitch that to your liking. You know, that's a pretty good pitch down in the strike zone. There's the umpires.
Doug Eddings the fourth member of this umpiring crew to get the plate. Breaking balls wide, the pair of walks have given the Twins a chance here in the first inning. Rangers out in the field. Josh Hamilton in left, Craig Gentry in center, Nelson Cruz in right. Beltre's put on a clinic at third base in this series. Andrews Kinsler up the middle, Michael Young getting first base. And the Rangers making a move in their catching department.
Yeah, Napoli put on a disablist. Taylor Teagarden called up for the third time this year. Napoli with a little bit of a injury, but that's one thing I think they want to clean up a little bit is the defense. They've made 50 errors this year. Only Oakland A's have made as many this year.
Down and away to Delman Young. Take a look at the Napoli situation on our Sanford Health injury report.
He said he was trying to play through that oblique muscle strain, and finally they decided to just let it heal, hopefully.
1-0 to Delman Young. Again, taking out the Casilla at bat. Harrison just having a horrible time throwing strikes. He threw a couple of to Casilla, but 9 of his 10 other pitches have been out of the strike zone. Actually 10 out of the 11. Mike Maddox watching carefully. Driven to right. And Cruz is there for the catch. Young retired for the second out.
Well, Delman swinging a good bat as of late. Hits it sharply, but right at Cruz for the second out.
On this Sunday afternoon, Twins baseball brought to you in Sony High Definition. Well, the Twins would love to take advantage of Harrison's erratic control. It'll be up to Luke Hughes to do that. Hughes moving up to the 5th spot in the batting order and taking over at third base for Danny Valencia.
Yeah, Valencia getting the day off as far as the defense wise. He's on deck. He's a designated hitter here this afternoon.
A shortage of clutch 2-out hits for the Twins over the last week and a half. And Hughes takes a strike. One strike to the Twins' third baseman. And now 2 strikes. And Torrealba will chat with Harrison. Harrison is the only holdover from the Texas rotation 3 years ago. As they have risen to prominence, they've done it with the likes of C.J. Wilson, the Cliff Lee situation last year, acquiring him. But they've kind of made over their rotation. And Harrison's the one guy who was with them in the rotation 3 years ago.
Yeah, he made 15 starts, 9-3, so really a good first year. But then last year, he was kind of a spot starter. Started only 6 ball games for the Rangers in 37 appearances. Spent some time in the minor leagues.
1-2. Foul tip, and Torrealba can't hang on. The Rangers have always had problems here in this ballpark, but against the American League Central, a winning record, and they pitch very well. Harrison sets, and another 1-2 to Hughes. Lifted foul and out of play. You know, for the Twins, the last week and a half has been really good. 8 wins and 2 losses. And in the 2 losses, you can point your finger directly at some defensive shortcomings to account for the 2 losses. Even the lopsided Texas win here the other day, the game was kind of opened up because the Twins didn't play real tidy on defense. 1-2 to Luke Hughes. Liner to left, a base hit. Revere's going to score. Hamilton's throw, and now the runner Kadir is tagged out after the run crosses the plate. So the Twins get another 2-out hit, this time from Luke Hughes. Revere scores, and it's 1-0. Brought to you by Pentair. 1-0. The Twins getting the first lead of this game. Michael Young will lead off the second inning. Ball 1.
Yeah, you know, Dick, it's 1-0, but I think that was a bad base running decision by Michael Kadire to round second and get caught in that situation right there. He's got to stay right around second base. Rivera's going to score anyway with his speed. And Hamilton does the right thing. He hits the cutoff man. And then Kadire right there, an easy out. He's got to hang around second base and make sure that ball gets all the way toward the catcher.
Popped up down the right field line. Tolbert. A foul ball catch, 1 away.
You know, this is a Ranger ball club that can put some big innings on the board, so you don't want to make any base running mistakes, and Kadire did right there.
1 gone in the second. That brings up Adrian Beltre. Beltre got the first hit against Scott Baker last night, doubling against the fence in right center field. Baker was locked in throughout the day yesterday, and Beltre takes a strike.
A good changeup right there. Liriano has 3 nasty pitches. Good fastball, the 4-seam fastball, the 2-seamer, they put it in the back pocket for a while, and then the hard slider, and then the changeup. Liriano in his 6th season with the Twins, 27 years old, from the Dominican Republic. Of course, pitching the no-hitter earlier this year in Chicago.
That's down the right field line, chased by Repko. And a sliding catch in right field. Nice running catch by Jason Repko for out number 2.
Well, again, with good pitching comes great defense. And Baker had it yesterday. And so far, Liriano, you need guys behind you doing exactly what Repko did. He went a long way for this ball, and then on the slide, makes a great catch. Great concentration right there. You know you're getting toward that foul line and the short wall right there. Well, Repko makes a great catch.
There's about 5 feet of foul territory before the wall, and Repko played that perfectly at the end of a long run. Up and away again to Nelson Cruz.
This is what Ron Gardenhire was talking about and why he likes Rene Rivera behind the plate, because Rivera will go out and say, come on, you know, pick my target up. Gardy gave a lot of praise to Rivera, who caught Baker yesterday. So did Scott Baker about the way that he handled him. Drew Butera, both catchers doing a great job of handling the pitching staff.
3-0. Cruz with 2 gone in the second inning. Right down the middle, 3-1.
I think when you see a guy like Liriano that has the stuff that he has, and I said the 3 nasty pitches, it must has something to do with concentration. He just loses concentration a little bit. He's afraid sometimes of throwing the ball down the heart of the plate, and he's got such good stuff, some lively stuff on his fastball, the hard slider, the changeup, that sometimes he starts nitpicking a little bit. Stay aggressive in the strike zone. 3-0, now it's 3-2.
Started his delivery and then backed off. Will reset. Slider got him.
Nasty slider.
3 up, 3 down again in the second inning. A dozen pitches and a total of 20 so far. Twins baseball is brought to you by Explore Minnesota. Visit exploreminnesota.com to plan your next Minnesota vacation today. Well, that's Alex Burnett practicing the next bullpen routine. No, actually, that's sea kayaking at the Split Rock Lighthouse on the north shore of Lake Superior. Split Rock Lighthouse had its 100th birthday last year. Great views, attracting tourists and photographers from around the world. I've been up there a number of times. It's just gorgeous. It was built after the 1905 November storm prompted the lighthouse's construction. Here's Danny Valencia to lead off the Twins second. Valencia, Repko, and Rivera facing Matt Harrison. Up and away, 1-1. Valencia's average has trickled down to the 2 teens. To right field, and Cruz lopes back to make the catch. Fairly well hit ball, and Valencia's made some outs in that direction, but I think within that is an encouraging sign.
Yeah, Gardy was talking about Valencia a little bit. They'd like to see that batting average come up, but he did say in yesterday's ball game had a couple good at bats, and right there a good at bat, another line drive type of out for the Twins. Delman Young doing the same thing.
Jason Repko will hit.
You know, sometimes this game of baseball can be look so easy. Valencia last year hit .311. Tim Laudner, you're down on that camera. Well, it's hard to hit that ball exactly, you know, where you want it to go, but you got to keep swinging the bat hard, don't you?
Absolutely, Bert. But you know what? This ball club is playing with more and more confidence, and they're playing with more and more confidence defensively. That carries over offensively as well. And then you throw in the good pitching performances that the guys have been doing. It just goes hand in hand that they're playing better and they're playing with more confidence. When you play with more confidence, you win more ball games and you're more relaxed and you have more fun. I think it's as simple as that, Bert.
And it's fun coming to the ballpark, too. I think in April and May, guys were kind of dreading, you know, geez, how are we going to lose tonight? We're not scoring any runs. The pitching hasn't been very consistent. Now they're on a good roll. It's fun coming to the ballpark.
They look forward to it. They're excited about being in the lineup. And even some of these younger guys that have had to accept roles that they're maybe not comfortable with because they don't have the major league experience, looks to me like they're having some fun as well.
1 strike to Rene Rivera. And now a ball. And Dunsing, Nick Blackburn, hoping that the starting pitching can stay in a nice groove. On the outside corner, 1 and 2.
You know, Rivera 0 for 4 in yesterday's ball game, but you know what? We can show you the, you know, how everybody did. Yeah, the top 10 or 4 hitters, 10 for 16. But Rivera, he caught a great game. And he's hoping to do it again this afternoon.
9 pitch, 1, 2, 3, second inning. Showed up. Jim Rance putting the blazer on, and we're very happy to have Jim Perry join us here during the 3rd inning. And congratulations, Jim. It's an awesome honor, and congratulations on joining a very select club.
Thank you. Very good. I'm glad to be with this club.
You know what, Dad? Yesterday, I told my wife, Gail, I said, you know what? He looks like he could still throw strikes. And then I saw you throw out the first pitch, and I said, I take it all back.
But I got Willis is good defense. Willis is good defense. He caught it. Huh?
Well, put it in perspective, Jim. You won a Cy Young Award. You had a great, long career. And what did it mean to you yesterday to get inducted into the Twins Hall of Fame?
It kind of always finished my career of something happened great like that to be with the Twins. You know? I was so excited to have got this award. And then also with Bert getting in the Hall of Fame, that was great. I told him last September I was going to go up there.
Well, it's good to see you.
Yesterday was a good day to see all the guys and be with that group of people.
It's good to see your whole family here too. I mean, that was very, very nice.
They all enjoyed it, had a great time. I got a little grandson, 5 years old. He's having a ball. Hey.
1-1 to David Murphy, the designated hitter for Texas. Jim, as I think you know, I followed Twins baseball from the time they arrived in 1961. I had heard of you, 63, 64, 65. But what clicked for you in 69 and 70 to allow you to win 20 games in back-to-back seasons?
Well, one thing, getting the opportunity to pitch. I was always a hard worker. Bert knows that. Yes. I kept myself in shape. When I wasn't used, I would throw a lot in the bullpen. And I just very lucky that I had a good arm that I could throw in short relief, long relief, and be a starter.
Cuddyer goes to the bag, beats Murphy for out number 2.
Boy, you like to see that right there. Liriano, of course, he falls off toward that third base line. So, you know, Cuddyer right there, you either flip it to the pitcher or you take it yourself. And Cuddyer alertly hustled over there. Watch him right here. Okay. Beating Murphy to the bag, and Murphy almost making contact, maybe pushing Cuddyer in the back, just trying to slow down a little bit. Good defensive play by Cuddyer.
2 down quickly in the 3rd.
I think, Jim, you know what? I mean, you got a chance to start, too. You made 40 starts in 1970 when you won 24 ball games. Good offensive ball club, but I remember, as a 19-year-old, I watched you not only pitch, but I watched you work in between starts, and that really helped me. You and Jim Codd and T. and Boswell were the 4 starters coming out of spring training. But what an honor it was to pitch with you and watch how you work both sides of the plate and change speeds.
I'd never give anything down the middle, or the corners.
Well, I did.
I was lucky I had the control. I could throw the ball, and I was about 94 mile an hour. I could throw the ball where I wanted it. I had the control with it. That helped me a lot.
And you learned that by getting the opportunity to pitch.
Yeah, and pitch. And me, I was very lucky I had a good arm. I was never on the disabled list, 17 years.
Wow.
Well, Liriano sailing through the Texas lineup perfectly. 3 up, 3 down again in the third. Twins Hall of Famers, and Jim Perry unveiled his yesterday. Matt Tolbert leading off the Twins third. Now, I understand that was just kind of a coincidence. You just happened to be out there, and they said, well, since you're here and since we're going to unveil the banner, why don't you do it?
I was there. My daughter, youngest daughter, said, you want the real thing here? I was out there. He didn't know I was there.
Pop up to short, and Andres retreats to make the catch, 1 away.
Jim, what's some of your most memorable moments in going to the series in '65 probably, and then winning the Cy Young in 1970? Your most memorable moments in a Twins uniform?
I would say there were 2 things right there. In the '65 World Series, I pitched in the game, but before an All-Star game, getting through that, Pasquale had a sore arm, and I took his place, and I won 7 straight games. And I was pitching the bullpen. I don't know how I did that, but I threw a lot in the bullpen.
Looking at the year-by-year statistics, 1968, you went 8-6, 32 games, 18 starts. And you talked about the value of getting the opportunity to pitch. You made 36 starts the following year. How important, in retrospect, was Billy Martin in terms of getting you that opportunity that you were looking for?
Well, at spring training, I had the best spring training in the pitchers, but Billy came to me at the end of spring training and says, Jim, I need a guy in the bullpen. We're going to only use 3 starters, and I need you there to help use in relief. And he said, after 2 weeks, then you become one of my starters. I was the only one who had the arm that could do that, I guess, at the time. Right. So after 2 weeks, I had 2 weeks, then I came and won 20 ball games.
Well, you started with the Cleveland Indians. You won 18 ball games, I think, in your first full year, did you not?
Second year.
Second year, yeah.
2 gone in the Twins' third. Here's Casilla up the middle of base hit. So Casillas aboard, and we'll see if the Twins do any running here with Kadair at the plate.
You know, in 1960, I won 18 ball games in Cleveland, and I won it the last day at White Sox. And a guy, Chuck Estrada, won his 18th game. There's no 20-game winners that year.
Right, you won the most. You were
20 game and with 18-18. He won.
Oh, is that
he
right?
won it the day about 2 hours before I did, and I was pitching in Chicago, and yeah, I won the 18th game there, and that was the time that
Cruz goes back to catch Kadair's line drive and an 8-pitch third inning. Jim, thanks for stopping by.
Congratulations.
And congratulations again on being the 23rd member of the Twins Hall of Fame.
That's great. Thank you.
To submit an email on why your sign should be circled on an upcoming home game and have a chance to visit us up here in the booth, just like Jim Perry did. We'll reveal 2 sections the morning before each game. One will be listed on foxsportnorth.com and the other one on KFAN.com.
Great stop by Luke Hughes. Kinsler with a smash, headed to the left field corner, and Hughes intercepted it, one away.
But again, you know, Liriano's retired 10 straight. We've seen some nice defensive plays already. Hughes diving to his left, comes up, and a good strong throw over to Kadair for the first out.
Well, Ron Gardner saying he really likes the way Hughes is handling himself defensively, and he handled himself very well there. Here's Andrus taking a strike.
Well, you know, a third baseman, you have to be able to react quickly. And look at Hughes right there. Good concentration. Now he's got to get up and then throw the ball across the diamond, and he's able to do that.
Inside, and it's 1-1. Well, we go from Hall of Famer Jim Perry to the Twins Vice President of Public Affairs.
We've really gone downhill.
Wow.
Executive Director of Public Affairs, I'm sorry.
I'll take the promotion.
Yeah, okay, all right.
How you doing, guys?
We're doing
How
good.
are you?
Good, great weekend.
Bouncer to short. 2 down. You're only here for a half an inning, so you better.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I better get going.
Get it out real
I've done
quick.
this before. Hey, we're doing a new thing this year.
It's all yours.
Tell us about Hope Week and what's all involved.
Well, we replaced the autograph party this year with a new thing called Hope Week, where we're going to get our entire team and front office involved in community service projects. So we're going to do something for the next 7 straight days out in the community that involves the players, our front office staff, and volunteers, all with the hope of getting people and our fans to engage in volunteerism in their own lives. And we've got something tonight. You know, Justin's got his casino night tonight going on. That'll be great. We've got a couple secret things going on with our players that involve children and special activities that we can't divulge until the day of, but they'll be really cool. And we've also got the hang with the Majors at Majors on Thursday night at Toby Keith's in St. Louis Park. So that's open to the public as well. And it's our opportunity, I think, to showcase our players and our front office staff and our team's commitment to doing things in the community.
Well, the Twins do a great job of that. I mean, you guys and the players or wives, everybody does a great job of giving back.
Oh, it's great. Of course, our ambassador on the team this year for a long time, Michael Dyer, he's got a really cool activity coming up tomorrow where he's going to take some players out and meet with some special kids and play a little wiffle ball. Now, Michael told me in the parking lot last night that he was going to win because he wasn't going to let him lose. So Hope Week this week.
4 perfect innings for Francisco Liriano on a total of 40 pitches. Delman Young leading off the 4th for the Twins. First pitch chipped into short center field. And Gentry comes in, Young gone on 1 pitch. Everything happening in a hurry here.
That's a good thing. Pitchers are throwing strikes. Harrison had a little trouble in that first inning where he walked a couple. Twins took advantage of it with a 2-out Luke Hughes RBI single. That's been it. Liriano 12 up, 12 down.
Now, if you haven't paid any attention, you'd think, oh, there's something wrong with Liriano. He's twisting and grimacing and all that. He does that all the time. Yes. I think he does that on the days he doesn't pitch.
Well, you just want to stay loose. And, Liriano does that. He kind of wraps that towel around his arm and always moving that left shoulder around.
The one thing that is consistent, though, we never see anybody sitting next to him. More than any other Twin starter, I think he likes seclusion and isolation while he's pitching. Luke Hughes drove in the Twins' run with a single to left. Now, when you played, people didn't sit around you, but that was for an entirely different reason.
Well, there's different reason when I didn't pitch. But when I did pitch, I wanted my catcher, Tim Laudner, on my right side and my pitching coach on my left side. And that was kind of mandatory. I wanted them down there. Timmy, you're down there.
Yeah, I wanted to sit right next to you, too, Bert. Just to keep you under control.
No, you know what? I did it only because I wanted to know if what Timmy saw, maybe a hitter moving in the box or something that I could do to improve. And that's why I like my catcher there. And I also wanted my pitching coach here to tell me also if he saw something that might help me.
Twins have 2 hits, and Luke Hughes has both of them. Actually, 3 hits now.
Yep. You see, I got a base hit last inning, and Luke Hughes driving this ball right back up the middle. Our Circle Me Bert contestants are here, and Janelle and Dan are joining us up here in the booth, so enjoy the game.
We've got an open door here. We've got Jim Perry, we've got Kevin Smith, we have the Circle Me Bert folks here.
Yep. We got the guys in the truck coming up next.
Well, now they're put a lock on the door. Here's a bouncer to third. Beltre will go to second. And Valencia cracks his bat, hits into an inning-ending double play. Harrison has only thrown 45 pitches through 4 innings. Sports North is brought to you by Grand Casino. The best stories start here. By AT&T. And by Comcast. Call Comcast Business Class at 800-391-3000 to turn your business into a fast business. Strike one to Michael Young starting the fifth. A bouncer up the line foul. Strike two. Scott Baker did this yesterday. He had 4 perfect innings, and then Beltre, the leadoff man of the fifth, got a double.
What I like about Liriano is its tempo right now. Boy, he's not wasting any time between pitches. And he's throwing strikes.
And he threw another one there for a strikeout for the first out of the fifth.
Yeah, strikeout number 4 in the ballgame for Liriano.
That'll bring up Beltran.
Oh, good fastball, great location. Pitcher's pitch.
Beltre with a fly to right his first time up. It's not just that, 13 outs, 13 plate appearances, just 43 pitches. Inside ball one. When he threw his no-hitter against the White Sox, the pitch count was a concern all night long because he walked 6 guys. Outside now 2-0. And like the no-hitter, he was staked to a 1-0 lead in the middle innings on a Jason Kubel home run and made it last. 2-1. There have been just 2 other wins for Liriano other than the no-hitter against the White Sox. Chopper back to the mound. And that'll bring up Nelson Cruz. After the game on Fox Sports North, join Tom Brokaw for Boys in the Hall. Personal stories of some of baseball's greatest legends. This week it's Frank Robinson. Boys in the Hall after the game, presented by Subway, where winners eat. 2 quick outs in the fifth. Liriano's been averaging about 10 pitches per inning. Ball 1 to Cruz. Changeup. And it's 1-1.
All pitches working so far. At the slider.
Fouled back 1-2.
He struck out Cruz to end the second inning on a nasty slider down and in. See if he goes back to that again.
Ask a question online at carlsoup.com/baseball. Leon Englund of Gein has a question about maximum bat length in Major League Baseball. We'll have to address that in the bottom of the fifth.
Cruz's bat wasn't long enough on that pitch.
15 up, 15 down for Francisco Liriano.
Circle for the Minnesota State Lottery with the Twins leading 1-0. 52 years together. Denny and Jan celebrating. You win tonight. What's it like celebrating your anniversary here at the ballpark?
We love it. This is the best place to be to celebrate anything.
And the Twins win, and Liriano moving them down pretty good too.
You're absolutely right about that. We have a really good feeling about today.
Well, let's hope it keeps up, Dick and Bert. 52 years together, and so far so good for the Twins and Liriano.
Yeah, congratulations. Thank you, Kevin, and congratulations to that young couple.
And I'll bet the 52 years have moved almost as quickly for that couple as this game has. 2-1 to Jason Repko. 2-2. I mean, we're about ready to. Well, we've completed half the ball.
Yeah, don't jinx it here. Don't jinx it here. Both starters throwing strikes.
55 minutes into the game. Repko, Rivera, and Tolbert. On the right field line, chased by Cruz. But it's back into the seats. AT&T Trivia. On a cloudy, cool afternoon here at Target Field. Who are the 3 American League players with 1,900 hits since 2001. Drilled to left. Hamilton with the catch. I think one of them is on the diamond right now for the Rangers. Well, a little old business here. The maximum length bat in the major leagues is 42 inches. Now, I haven't heard of anybody using anything more than a 35, maybe a 36-inch bat. But you can stretch it out to 42 inches if you'd like.
The only guy I ever thought that might have a bat like that was Frank Howard. And the bat still looked like a toothpick in his hand.
What did a guy that big with those long, powerful arms need a long bat for?
Scary.
Back to the mound, Harrison with the catch. And Rivera is retired.
Rivera trying to bunt that ball down the third base line. Instead, a little pop up to Harrison, who fielded his position to make the little soft out catch.
We'll bring up Matt Tolbert. And a strike on the outside corner. Yankees leading Cleveland 6-0. Seattle leading Detroit 3-2. That one in the 7th. Here it's 1-0. And even when the run scored, an out was recorded. That's the pace we're on here today. 2 strikes to Tolbert.
Right over the head of Steve Little down at third base. That's played by the ball boy down the left field line.
Popped up. And out of play. Oh. And bobbled it. Tim Lautner, if he's still over there, he'll pick it up and get it back to him. So 2 strikes to Tolbert. 5 lightning fast innings. A 1-0 Twins lead. And Francisco Liriano has 5 perfect innings.
Here's a look at your Bryan Heating and Cooling weather forecast. White Sox taking on the Twins Tuesday at 6:30. We are looking for mostly cloudy skies, but there is going to be a spotty thunderstorm coming through. First pitch temperature coming in at 75 degrees.
Yorvit Torrealba taking strike one from Francisco Liriano. You can let us know who you think will be the Arby's value player of the game. Text the word value followed by a space in the player's name to short code 234-234. And Liriano is going to pick up more votes with every passing out.
Yeah, no hits so far for Liriano. 5 perfect innings, only 3 hits in a ball game, and Luke Hughes has had 2 of them. He drove in the run in the first inning to give Liriano a 1-0 lead.
By the time he'd reached the 6th inning in Chicago when he threw his no-hitter, he had walked 4 batters, 2 of them in 1 inning. And then walked 2 more after that off the end of the bat. And there hasn't been much at all hit hard here. The one smash off the bat of Kinsler, and Hughes turned that into an out. Little pop-ups, weak ground balls.
Repko made the nice catch in the corner.
Yep, on a pop fly down the line. And poke foul again. I would imagine there's some value to having been there before. If you're Liriano, you're into the 6th inning, although he said in Chicago he didn't realize until the 8th inning that he hadn't given up a hit. You believe him?
Yeah, I do. You know, sometimes you get into a zone and you don't worry about, you know, where you're at in the ball game. You just continue to make good pitches, and he's made some great pitches here so far, picking up his 6th strikeout. Slider inside, almost the same pitch that struck out Cruz in the 2nd inning.
Arby's and Fox Sports North giving you a chance to win a trip for 2 to Fort Myers. Pick up an Arby's It's Good Mood Food code card every Friday at any participating Arby's. Go to the foxsportsnorth.com, click on the Fan Zone tab, enter the code for the chance to win. You got to be a member of the Fan Zone, and you got to be 18 or older.
You know who's got to be loving this is Doug Eddings behind the plate. My goodness, both starters just attacking the strike zone this afternoon. Harrison again had some control problems in the 1st inning, but he's been throwing nothing but strikes ever since.
Tapper right side. Kadire to the bag, tagging Murphy, 2 away in the 6th. After the CenturyLink high-speed pitch, brought to you by CenturyLink high-speed internet.
Francisco Liriano on the mound, clocked as high as 93, and Matt Harrison, another hard-throwing left-hander, clocked as high as 96. 17 up, 17 downs for Liriano.
Here's Craig Gentry. What do you think about that? Okay to try to drop down a bunt?
Hey, it's a 1-0 ball game. Okay. You need to get on base.
Yeah. Ball 1 to the number 9 batter. Went down swinging his first time up.
Good changeup right there.
That to me seems to be his. He's got 3 very good pitches, but he's got great command of that changeup to him.
Well, he's getting ahead with a fastball and mixing in the slider for the strikeout pitch. And that slider right there is not much a right-handed hitter can do with that other than what Gentry did.
Torrealba swung over the top of one a few minutes ago. He's thrown 63 pitches. 1 and 2.
Wow.
6 perfect innings.
He froze him.
Francisco Liriano with 6 perfect innings. Light 6th inning of the Coors Light Freeze Can.
Came off the bat right there. Jason Repko making a great catch off the bat of Adrian Beltre. That in the 2nd inning.
Safe. Revere streaking down the line. Torrealba's throw pulled Young off the bag, and the Twins get a leadoff single in their half of the 6th inning.
Oh, this is where speed. You know, Revere brings so much to the ballpark. It'll be a bunt infield base hit for Revere. Torrealba has to come out from underneath, behind home plate. And he gets out there and the ball out far enough to where he barehands it. And the throw a little bit high, and because of the hustle right there, he has to hurry his throw. You can see Young leaping just to keep that ball in his glove.
Here's Casilla bunting. Harrison throws to Kinsler. And Casilla, who tried to bunt in the 1st inning and ran into his bunt, succeeds with a sacrifice here in the 6th. That'll bring up Michael Kadai. Window Concepts window of opportunity, showing you that Michael's had a good series.
Yes, he has 3 extra base hits. He's driven in 5 runs. And 6 for 10 so far coming into this plate appearance.
And Kadire drew a walk in the 1st inning, filled first base, and then ended up ending the inning by being tagged out on the game-winning base hit. Beltre cut off Hamilton's throw and tagged him out between 2nd and 3rd. Inside, ball 1. Revere scored the only run of the game so far. He's in scoring position with 1 away. Missing inside 2-0. Harrison was his own worst enemy in the 1st inning. He walked 2 of the first 3 batters and then gave up the Hughes base hit to left.
Yeah, that Hughes hit coming with 2 outs in that 1st inning.
Oh, well, strike on the outside corner, 2-1. I mentioned that before the kidney stone issue came up, Harrison had a problem with a blister. He hasn't pitched long enough to develop any blister problems. 63 pitches. Check of Revere at 2nd.
Not a bad move for a pitcher right there. At least show that runner at 2nd base you can do that. Ian Kinsler trying to keep Rivera close to 2nd base. And a good move right there by Harrison too. When you see your 2nd baseman go to the bag, he's going to leave that big hole there, so just step off. Really no chance to get Rivera. Is too close to the bag.
Torrealba gets most of it, holding Revere at 2nd. That's a pretty important block right there with Kadire at the plate. And instead of being a 3rd, Revere is still at 2nd.
Yeah, slider down and in, and utilizing that chest protector to deaden it. Torrealba keeping Ben Revere at 2nd base.
Three and 1 to Kadire. And ball 4 fills first base.
2nd time that Kadire has walked. And the first walk since the 1st inning for Matt Harrison.
Another Rasmussen College Student Days coming up in the big White Sox series coming up on Wednesday. Standing room only tickets are half price for students with valid ID. Tickets are available on the day of game only, and they are limited, so make your plans to come out early. For more info about Rasmussen College Student Days, visit twinsbaseball.com. Trip to the mound, Andrus and Torrealba. Visit with Harrison. Torrealba with a gesture of some sort into the Texas dugout afterwards. And the kids who are here on Kids Day seeing a very well pitched ball game so far. Here is Delman Young. Couple of outfield flies. Ooh. Right off of Young's bat, and it skipped by Hughes in the on-deck circle before he knew what was on him.
He hit that limestone, looked like, and bounced right back toward the pitcher's mound. Twins would like to get Liriano maybe an insurance run or two right here.
A bunt single, a walk have set things up. 2 on, 1 out. Popped up, right center field. And Cruz with the catch, out number 2. And we'll leave it up to Luke Hughes.
Well, Hughes came through in the first inning with that RBI single with 2 outs, and then singled with 1 out in the 4th. So 2 for 2 in the ball game for Luke Hughes.
Luke Hughes, the average up now to 265. He's made a nice fielding play on the hardest hit ball of the afternoon against Liriano. Inside corner, strike 1. And now 1-1. And you're right, an insurance run would look awfully good. It's nice to imagine what might be happening here in the next 45 minutes or an hour. This is an important ball game for the Twins, and it's just a 1-run lead. One and 1. 2-1.
Oh, Matt Harris, 25 years old, originally signed by the Braves back in 2003. Came over to the Rangers in the Mark Teixeira trade back in 2007.
Hughes asks for time. 2-1 to the Twins' third baseman. Tapped foul. If it weren't for what Liriano's done in the top of these innings, we'd all be talking about what a great job Matt Harrison's done here today. The Rangers don't have a base runner yet against Francisco Liriano. 2-2. Full count. Now a speedy runner at second can leave early, and Kadire can leave early from first with Valencia on deck.
This is where you'd like Luke Hughes to hit a ball on the gap somewhere. Little extra base hit. See if Kadire can score from first.
Full count to Luke Hughes. Got him with a breaking pitch. Liriano not the only one with a sharp breaking pitch from the left side. On to the 7th with Liriano having pitched 6 perfect innings. Down the line off the bat of Ian Kinsler, but a foul ball. That's the first pitch at the top of the 7th inning. Kinsler, like everybody else for the Texas Rangers, 0 for 2. Fly ball to right. And a hard smash to the backhand side of Hughes at third, and he turned it into an out. 1 strike to Ian Kinsler. And now 2 strikes. Liriano has done all of this. 6 perfect innings, having thrown a total so far of 66 pitches.
7 strikeouts for Liriano.
0-2 to Kinsler. Check swing. He went. And Kinsler is strikeout victim number 8.
The hard breaking ball again. Kinsler unable to hold up. Home plate umpire said, Doug Eddings, you went too far.
This is a Texas Ranger lineup, second in the American League in hitting to Boston, a team batting average of .266. Fourth in the American League in runs scored. Ball 1 to Andrus, a bouncer to second and a bouncer to short. Strike on the outside corner.
This is usually the part of the ball game as a pitcher you kind of know what's going on, and Liriano, I'm sure he knows what's going on right here.
Bouncer to Hughes, and a backhanded play, and Andrus reaches first, and he'll go to second. It'll, I suspect, be a base hit. And the official scorer has got a very tough decision here, because that was an iffy one.
That's a tough little play right there for a third baseman. Luke Hughes comes in, tries to get it on that short hop, and the ball ends up hitting his glove, and then he kicks it foul. Right there, watch it hit his shin on the right foot, and then gets into foul territory. And Andrus at second base.
Still no ruling with Josh Hamilton, and now we've been told it is an error. Charge to Luke Hughes. The perfect game is gone. The no-hitter still intact.
I think that's a good call by the official, because you want that first hit to be a clean hit.
Fly ball right field, hit right at Repko. Andrus setting up for a tag. He won't be going anyplace. 2 away, and that is the standard that official scorers are told to go by. The first hit has to be a clean one, particularly this late in the game.
Right, late in the ball game. If it's a first inning, then it's a little bit different. But here in the 7th inning, that's a tough play for Luke Hughes. And hey, believe me, he'll take that error. He'll take that error to keep the no-hitter going. Wish he could have made the play, but
Toby Gardenhire playing pretty well at AAA Rochester. What would a call up to the big leagues mean for father and son? That story and more right now on FoxSportsNorth.com. Here's Michael Young, 0 for 2, a foul out and a strikeout. Ball 1. Roy Halladay threw the last perfect game, and we won't have one here today. Francisco Liriano with a no-hitter in Chicago on May the 3rd of this year. 1-0 to Michael Young. To center, playable for Ben Revere. 7 no-hit innings for Francisco Liriano. Sports North is brought to you by McDonald's. Right now, you can get 20 crispy McNuggets for just $4.99 at McDonald's. By CenturyLink. Quest is becoming CenturyLink. CenturyLink. Your link begins here. Find out more at CenturyLink.com/link. And by Goldman Sachs. For all the reasons you invest. Mutual funds from Goldman Sachs. Seventh inning stretch brought to you by Medica, with the Twins leading 1-0, and Francisco Liriano at it once again.
7 no-hit innings. The error given to Luke Hughes last inning. Liriano, with 8 strikeouts in a ball game.
There's Greg Wong. He's the official scorer. He's very good at what he does. He knows baseball inside and out. I can't imagine a more qualified person to make the call that he just made, and I can see the call going either way. It wouldn't have surprised me if it had been ruled a hit. Wouldn't have surprised me that it has been called an error.
Well, that's a tough play for a third baseman when we've seen, no hitters lost before on tough plays, but Greg right there deciding that, Luke maybe could have caught that ball and then had the out of Andres at first base. So the error was called, and the no-hitter still intact.
Here's the play that was ruled an error.
You see, I think he expected that ball to come up a little bit more and then hitting the shin and then kicked into foul territory.
Danny Valencia leading off the Twins' 7th inning, and strike 1, the call from Matt Harrison. It'll be Valencia, Repko, and Rivera in the Twins' 7th inning. Oh, off of Harrison. Got him right in the left arm, and he slings it off target. Valencia will reach with a hit. A wicked line drive. Hitting Harrison flush, it appeared, on the left arm.
Boy, something you don't like to see. Again, that pitcher, once you let that ball go, you're 55 feet away. And got it right on the bicep area right here. Let's take a look. On the left shoulder area. Ouch. Boy, you can hear it from here.
And then he tried to throw it to first, and he's going to come out of the ball game. And I think Twins fans very appreciative, not that he took one for the team, but he's pitched a whale of a ball game here today, and it's been overshadowed by his counterpart.
Hopefully he's okay. They'll ice that baby as quick as possible. What a good job by Harrison as he comes out of the game and they'll go to the bullpen.
Android or BlackBerry. Get all the scores, stats, highlights, live audio, and more. Text @BAT to 31826 or visit twinsbaseball.com for details. Michael Young was my answer. Derek Jeter.
And Ichiro.
Who's a little time on the bench for Seattle. His average down in the 250s. And so because of the situation, Mark Lowe, who's come in here to pitch, will have as much time as he needs to get loose. Yesterday, right-hander Dave Bush, who took a line drive against the leg and ultimately had to come out. Ben Revere lining a smash, and Bush ended up leaving because his hamstring tightened up after getting hit by that hot smash off the bat of Ben Revere. And just a few moments ago, Danny Valencia smoking one.
Yeah, Matt Harrison, not much time to react off the left arm. And he's coming out, getting some ice on that arm.
You've told the story before, but you never got hit above the waist, you said?
No, I got hit in the shins a couple times by hard skippers that go toward up the middle, but luckily never with a line drive. I caught a couple, like I was actually with the Texas Rangers when they first brought out the guns. That back in 75, 70, I think about 76. I threw a pitch to Harold Baines, and he hit it back at me. I threw it at 94. They had it on the Jumbotron, and he hit it back at me 104. And I caught it in my glove, and I was lucky. It hit my glove. The ball found my glove.
Well, a long delay here with the Rangers warming up Low. What, if anything, will that do to Liriano now? He's been in a nice rhythm here all afternoon long.
Well, he'll do exactly what he's doing on the bench. He'll keep stretching. And remember, back in early May, it was Liriano throwing that no-hitter. Adam Dunn, the final out. And Matt Tolbert caught.
Liriano at the time had an ERA of over 9. And he has pitched marvelously here today. He's just about cut his ERA in half from that point. No hits. One batter reached because of an error charged to third baseman Luke Hughes. And again, in Liriano's no-hitter back on the 3rd of May, he walked 6. And I don't know that there'd been more than 1 or 2 3-ball counts in this game. So Lowe continues to get loose. And told now by our ace statistician here, just 1 3-ball count. Twin single game suites have again shown to be very popular this year. Most are sold out for the season. It's a great chance to take advantage of these first class hospitality areas during the 4th of July weekend. Spend America's birthday enjoying America's pastime. Call 833-TWINS and ask about the Twins single game suite options. Well, Lowe about ready to go. In fact, he is now with the leadoff man on in the 7th, and it'll be Jason Repko who might be asked to bunt here.
Yeah, Mark Lowe worked here on Thursday night. He ended up being the losing pitcher when Alexi Casilla got the game-winning RBI single. He did not get it off of Lowe. He got it off of Arthur Rhodes, but Lowe got the loss as Luke Hughes scored the winning run. See if Repko's asked to bunt here.
Valencia goes, and Repko tried to hit it behind him.
Had to put a little hit and run on right there. Mark Lowe, pretty good fastball, good sinker when he's on. He'll get a lot of ground balls. Steve Little. And Repko just kind of, you don't have the quickest guy running right there. And Repko doing everything he can to make contact with that ball.
Pitch was very high, and he was able to get his bat on it. It was an ugly looking swing, but whatever happens in this at bat might be attributed to him being able to make contact with that, because Valencia likely could have been thrown out if Repko had not made contact and flicked that foul away. Same thing.
Try it again.
And Andrus will throw Repko out, who literally threw the bat at the ball and advanced Valencia to second base.
Well, back-to-back types of hits and runs put on by Ron Gardenhire. And this time, Repko reaching out, actually losing the bat, and the ball over to short for the out, and Danny Valencia does get in the scoring position. Kind of a swinging bunt, get that runner over to second base.
If you've ever wondered what it's like at the Twins fantasy camp, just think of Repko's last 2 swings.
And those are good at bats.
Here's Rene Rivera trying to double the Twins lead. Up and away, ball 1. Rivera with a bouncer to short. And a soft line drive back to Harrison, the pitcher. Andrus off his glove into center field. Rounding third is Valencia. He's going to come home, and the Twins lead it 2-0. Andrus to his left, got leather on it, but couldn't control it.
And that's probably a good thing that he got leather on it, because Gentry pretty quick in center field. If that ball gets through, there might be a play at home plate. There's a base runner right here, Danny Valencia. Pick up your third base, coach, and that was Steve Little, and he just kept chugging toward home plate. Andrus knocks it down. Danny Valencia scores the second run for the Twins. So Rene Rivera gets an infield or a base hit, driving in his 4th run of the year. And that run charged to Matt Harrison. Well, they give him an error.
Okay. That's a tough inning for Andrus. He might have gotten a hit in the top of this inning to break up the no-hitter. And now he's been charged with an error, and what I had already written down as a hit in the bottom. So no run batted in, but the run does score. Here's Tolbert. Rivera goes, and Tolbert slaps it foul. Bottom of the order, and Ron Gardenhire doing what he can, not blessed with an abundance of speed, certainly in this situation with Rivera, but he started the catcher nonetheless.
Well, when you have guys that make pretty good contact, that can run a little bit, you wanted that Texas defense to maybe move around a little bit, open up some holes, you put on a couple hit and runs, and that's what Gardy's done this inning. That's still a tough error on Andrus. I'm sorry. I would have given Rivera a base hit right there. I thought he had to go up the middle to get that ball.
One and one to Tolbert. Rivera stays put and just off the outside corner. 2-1. Lowe keeping an eye on Rivera.
Lowe in his second season with the Rangers, coming over from the Seattle Mariners.
2-1. Rivera goes, and the pitch popped up behind third. Long run for Beltre. What a play. We've seen him make just about every play imaginable for a third baseman, including this one.
Yeah, I'm surprised. As big as Beltre is, how quick he is. He has cat-like instincts. See right there, hustling, keeping his eye on the ball. Over the shoulder type catch. Look at his concentration right there. Opens up the glove. Ball hits the heel of the glove. He keeps it in there for the out. Nice running catch in foul territory.
Here's Revere. Foul back. Revere walked and scored in the first, singled, and was stranded at second base in the sixth. High and tight, 1-1. That hit the corner, 1-2.
Torrealba sitting inside and the ball hitting the corner.
And a generous strike zone here on Thursday night with Carapazza behind the plate. Doug Eddings has opened up the plate today. That's strike 3, but Revere's going to advance. So runners at first and second with the inning continuing now. And Mike Maddox will go to the mound to talk to Lowe. Wrong guy to get strike 3 in a wild pitch.
Oh, it looked like a breaking ball or a sinker down and away, and Revere swinging through it. Take a look at the pitch right here. That breaking ball just gets away from Torrealba, and then going into the dugout of the Royals. The camera well. Lowell Pigby will get a strikeout, but also a wild pitch.
Alexi Casilla will hit. And he got his game winner here on Thursday night. That was against lefty Arthur Rhodes in relief of Lowe. Twins have doubled the lead here to 2-0. Couple of runners out there with 2 away. Strike 1. One strike to the Twins shortstop. Liner, Londres has it go under his glove. Rivera around third. He's coming in, and it's 3-0. Casilla delivers a big hit after the wild pitch on strike 3.
A good piece of hitting by Alexi Casilla, just taking that pitch the other way, and Andres has to go to his right, trying to play that little short hop, and it got by him. So Casilla gets his second hit, driving in his 12th run, and the Twins take a 3-0 lead.
Here's Michael Kadire. Kadire's drawn a couple of walks. Strike 1. Valencia started this inning with a wicked liner off the left arm of Matt Harrison. Repko bounced out. Rivera reached on an error. Tolbert fouled out. Revere reached on a strikeout, a wild pitch, and then Casilla delivering a single. High fastball and a swing and a miss, 2 strikes. Two strikes to Kadire. Up and away, 1-2. He's been waiting over 20 minutes for the top of the 8th inning. Outside, 2-2. Yankees leading the Indians 6-1 in the 8th. Seattle's opened up a 7-3 lead on Detroit in the top of the 9th. Two and two to Kadire. A deep drive to left field. Up, back, gone! A 3-run home run.
Home run number 9 on the year for Michael Kadire. His second 3-run home run in this series. A big 3-run home run on Thursday night. Twins take a 6-0 lead. On Coors Light cold blast. We just saw it off the bat of Michael Kadire, middle in. A big 3-run home run. Twins have put a big 5-run bottom of the 7th inning together.
Here's Delman Young, 0 for 3. 3 fly ball outs, and Young takes ball 1. Well, we talked about an insurance run. This is a lot of insurance here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Down and away, 2-0. Young with a liner to right and a fly ball to center and a fly ball to right. Kadire continues to deliver some big hits. And Young laces a single to right. And Lowe really struggling here. You've got to kind of feel for him. He was out in the bullpen and was brought in under adverse circumstances with Harrison leaving.
No, he's a reliever. He should know what his role is right there. He had plenty of time to warm up. Just leaving some pitches up this inning. Taking over for Harris to lead off the runner on and nobody out.
9th man to bat is Luke Hughes. Hughes drove in the first run of the game, the only run of the game until the 7th inning, with a 2-out single in the first. He also singled in the 4th and committed the error that kept the no-hitter alive.
You saw Liriano sitting still on the bench for almost 25 minutes and still trying to stay loose.
All alone. Foul down the right side, and it's 0-2. And Young dives back. Just off the plate, 1-2. Liriano threw his no-hitter in Chicago. The final score was 1-0. That's where we stood before this bottom of the 7th inning. Again, more contortion in the Twins dugout, trying to keep his legs stretched. Rifle to right field. Hughes has his 3rd hit. Young will hold up at second base. So the Twins keep piling on the hits, 4 straight hits after the strikeout of Revere that would have ended the inning if not for the wild pitch.
Oh, good piece of hitting right there by Hughes. Ron Washington making the trip out to the mound. Waited back nicely on that breaking ball, hitting it the other way. And Tateyama, I believe, is going to be brought into the ball game in relief of Lowe, with the Twins opening the game up in the 7th.
Of the seventh, Liriano's done everything he can to try to stay loose.
Yeah, you know, you do a lot of stretching. Now you take a little walkabout, and he'll go down in the tunnel right there. What's nice about Target Field, they have that little area back by the batting cages that even if you wanted to run a little bit, you could. It's probably maybe about 70, 80 feet long. You can kind of just stretch it out.
If you just joined us, here's what's happened so far. Virtually nothing for the Rangers offensively.
Well, Liriano retired 17 straight with 8 strikeouts in the 7th inning. Andrus ended up hitting a ball down that third baseline that was called an error by Luke Hughes. See the strikeouts of Liriano. He's got all his pitches working. 73 pitches, 51 for strikes.
Kadire adding a 3-run home run to take the game to 6-0 Minnesota. Now Tateyama, who's already pitched a couple of times in this series, pitches his 3rd game.
Yeah, Tateyama just getting called up from AAA Round Rock on May 23rd. Signed as a free agent over the winter from Japan, where he pitched 12 seasons.
Valencia started this 5-run inning with a line drive single off the pitcher, knocking Harrison out of the ballgame. Floater driven to center, and retreating is Gentry, and that's, oh, what a sensational catch by Craig Gentry. One of the best catches you'll see all year long. Valencia with a rocket, and Gentry took an extra base hit away from him. 10-men bat. 5 score. Liriano 6 outs away from his 2nd no-hitter this year. After a delay of more than half an hour because the Twins scored 5 runs, there was a couple of pitching changes for the Rangers. Liriano's delivered ball 1 to Adrian Beltre, leading off the 8th inning. And now 2-0. He has not walked a man. The only base runner having reached on an error charged to third baseman Luke Hughes.
You know what you heard is when Liriano started going out to the mound, nice applause by another sellout crowd here just to try to get him motivated a little bit. Liriano falls behind 3-0. Only the second batter he's fallen behind or had a 3-ball count too.
3-0 to Beltre. And a strike. Beltre on the day, a fly ball to right, and a comebacker to Liriano.
8 strikeouts for Liriano, no walks in the ball game.
And that breaks it up. Beltre with a sharp single to center, and Liriano's no-hit bid ends after 7.
That gets a nice standing ovation from this crowd. Again, great baseball fans here in Minnesota. They almost saw Liriano's second no-hitter. But he took it here to the 8th inning. You know, you sit there for a half hour, you know, watching your team score 5 unearned runs, and that's nice, but, you know, you kind of lose your rhythm a little bit. Maybe that's what happened to Liriano, but now Rivera's going to go out and talk to him, get him back settled into that groove. Well, what a groove he was in.
Well, that's the thing. Unlike the no-hitter that he completed in Chicago when he was all over the place, he was from the first inning on in such a groove, throwing, what was 12 pitches, the most pitches he threw in an inning, something like that?
So far in this ball game, 13.
Yeah, 13 pitches. That's how much of a groove he was in. Yep. And then the disruption with the pitching changes and the 5-run inning, I don't know how that couldn't affect you.
Well, you do have that half hour to stretch a little bit. We saw Liriano take a little walk, you know, but right there, 13 pitches he needed in the 6th inning. Other than that, I mean, he's outstanding. Got a chance to complete this ball game.
So in the 6th inning, the perfect game slipped away. In the 8th inning, now the no-hitter, but the shutout, the complete game still there for him to get.
I remember Sandy Koufax, when I grew up in Southern California, he said he went into every ball game, and this guy could do it. He said, I went in with the thinking of a no-hitter. He said, when I lost my no-hitter, I thought shutout. And that's what Liriano's got to do right here.
And then, of course, in a larger sense, the most important thing is the game itself.
Yes.
It was a 1-0 lead up until the bottom of the 7th. So before you blame what happened at the bottom of the 7th for Liriano losing the no-hitter, there are larger issues here. There's a pitch skipping to the screen, and Beltre will go to second. Particularly given what's happened elsewhere in the American League. Seattle beat Detroit 7-3. The Yankees are leading Cleveland 8-1. They're the top 2 teams in the division, and if the Twins can pick up a win here, it sure looks as if they're going to be 9 games out.
You got to refocus right here, Liriano. Get back in that groove, that wild pitch, allowing Beltre to go to second base. For Liriano, just his 2nd wild pitch of the year.
Cruz has struck out twice swinging. 3 times swinging, 1 away.
And strikeout number 9 for Liriano.
The Grand Casino story of the game.
Well, you know what? Harrison came out. He was a little bit wild. Walked 2 of the first 3 batters he faced, and then with 2 outs, Luke Hughes got the RBI single. Gave Liriano a 1-0 lead. Liriano 17 up, 17 down. Excuse me, 19 up, 19 down. And then he the error, and then got the final 2 outs, and then Beltre started the 8th inning with the base hit.
1 strike to Torrealba. Comebacker to the mound and a strikeout. Nice dig by Rivera. The wild pitch that allowed Beltre to go to second, rare, because Rivera has done such a good job blocking pitches like that. One and 1 to Torrealba. Two and 1.
Well, there's only been 5 pitchers to have 2 no-hitters in the same season, if you count Roy Halladay's postseason no-hitter.
Right.
Nolan Ryan did it, Virgil Trucks did it, Allie Reynolds did it, and Johnny Vandermeer had back-to-back no-hitters.
There's one to center. It's down for a hit, and it'll send Beltre around third. Now the shutout's gone. It's 6-1.
And Koufax said after he lost the shutout, then you go for the win. Right off the end of the bat, Torrealba, who's had a very good 4-game series, picks up an RBI. And Liriano does lose the shutout.
On a pitch, change up, down and away. Not a bad pitch, I wouldn't think.
A little off the end of the bat. Beltre scores.
You know, on the subject of 2 no-hitters in 1 year, Twins fans might remember that originally Dean Chance was credited with 2 no-hitters in 1967, but in fact in the same month. But the first one was a rain-shortened 5-inning game, and about 12 years ago that was tossed out of the official record book by Major League Baseball. So Chance has just the 1 9-inning complete game he threw at the Indians in Cleveland
I quite don't understand that because that's an official game.
Right.
You know, I mean, Dean Chance had no control that it rained and it was called, but it was called as an official game.
I think they just want to distinguish a 9-inning no-hitter from. At any rate, here's Murphy, and there's ball one. So
saw pitching coach Rick Anderson go out and try to settle down Liriano, get him refocused again.
And a strike, 1-1. Prior to this 8th inning, Liriano had command of his 3 pitches, the likes of which I'm not sure we've seen since before his elbow surgery. He was that good. 1 and 2.
Well, Liriano making his 100th career start. He has 1 complete game, and that was back in May, the no-hitter.
123 pitches that game. This will be his 92nd today. Tapper foul, still alive. Twins do have some bullpen activity. With Baker going the distance yesterday, it's a well-rested bullpen, and there's an off day tomorrow.
Well, it started kind of with Pavano. You know, he had that complete game.
Right.
So good to see the starters go deep into the games.
Bouncer right side. Nice pickup by Tolbert, and he threw him out. Oh, he stabbed that ground ball at the last instant in short right field and threw out Murphy.
You know, sometimes plays like this go unnoticed, but Tolbert had to go a long way for this ball. Look at him going to his left and then picks it off the ground and then spins around and makes a good throw over to Kadire for the second out. Nice defensive play.
And probably not a coincidence that since Tolbert's been starting at second, Twins have played good baseball. He's been a big part of it with some big hits, and he's played superbly in the field. Strike 1. Being mindful, of course, that this is Liriano's second start since coming off the disabled list, and now the pitch count is approaching 100. It's plausible if he finishes the 8th inning, he'll be done for the day.
Well, Gardy said that, you know, he's going to see 81 pitches in his last start, even though he lost that ball game 1-0. He pitched outstanding, but you know, he said that they've been checking with Liriano every day, and he says he feels great.
1-1 to Gentry, and now 2-1. It is the most efficient we've seen Liriano in terms of being in control inning after inning after inning.
No walks. No walks for Liriano. 9 strikeouts. Can't ask any better than that.
And for most of his starts this year, the strikes and balls have been about even, and today that desired 2-for-1 ratio. This one lifted high and deep to left. And Young makes the catch, and Liriano comes off the mound with 8 brilliant innings.
Bottom of the 8th coming up. Stay with us after the game for a special presentation of Twins Live presented by CenturyLink. As always, it includes the Toyota postgame wrap. We'll take a look at the near no-hitter for Francisco Liriano. We'll also talk about the Minnesota Twins winning their 3rd consecutive series. We'll hear from Ron Gardenhire, and our instruction will put you on the field to teach you the fundamentals of the bunt. Dick and Bert, it's been a fast-paced, fun game, and the Twins are playing a nice brand of baseball right about now.
It has been fun to watch, and Liriano dominant, the likes of which we have not seen for quite some time.
Yeah, I mean, 19 straight outs for Liriano. He, pitched outstanding. His night is done. They already congratulate him. 97 pitches, 64 for strikes for Liriano, and the first time this year in a start he has not walked a batter. So
Repko, Rivera, and Tolbert facing left-hander Darren Oliver. And there's a strike at the knees, 1-1.
You see after the inning, Rick Anderson right there. Gardy's coming up, saying great job, young man.
Popped up left side. Beltre with the catch, 1-1.
Oh, Darren Oliver, another 40-year-old out of that bullpen. We saw Arthur Rhodes, who's 42. Here's Darren Oliver at 40 years old, making his 26th appearance.
We have not seen Jesse Orozco.
Oliver, this is his 3rd stint with the Rangers. He came up with the Rangers back in 1993.
Rivera grounds it to Andrus. And Young can't hang on to it, so Rivera will reach on an error. Andrus, who was charged with an error before, might be charged with another one here for pulling Young into a stretch.
Well, the ball hit right at him sharply and then kind of nonchalantly threw that ball over. Young had a little trouble picking that ball up.
Who do you give the error to there?
I'll give it to the shortstop right there.
Okay.
And Andrus does get the shortstop. That throw was up the line.
Here's Tolbert, and there's a strike. Tolbert with a pop up to short, a strikeout, and a foul out to the third baseman. One and one. Chop foul.
Dick, I mentioned earlier, one thing the Rangers, they went to the World Series last year. They lost to the Giants. They really need to clean up their defense a little bit, right? Andrus, that was his 13th error of the year at short. They've now made 52 errors. And I'm sure Ron Washington he's from that Minnesota school of pitching and defense type of philosophy. He wants that defense cleaned up a little bit.
One and two.
And I think it's a division too. Rangers, they should win their division. Angels are not hitting at all. Oakland's really struggled. They have a lot of their starters on a disabled list. Seattle got good pitching, but they're not scoring a lot of runs. They have a 2.5 game lead over Seattle coming into this game.
Tolbert beats the relay. 2 down. Click on the Fan Zone tab on the FoxSportsNorth.com homepage for the chance to win 2 tickets to the Wild Fan Fest, which is part of the NHL Draft Weekend in St. Paul. If you aren't a member of the Fan Zone, you can join. It's fast, it's free. It's all at the Fan Zone tab on FoxSportsNorth.com. The Rangers, I agree with you. They should emerge, if they haven't already, as the class of the division. When we pulled into Cleveland last week, the Indian people were just raving about how the Rangers were playing, the best team they had seen. Of course, the Indians had swept the Red Sox when the Red Sox were down. But the longer the Mariners hang around, with Felix Hernandez, Michael Pineda. I mean, they've got a rotation that I think could scare some people.
Yeah, that Pfister kid.
Right. 1-0 to Revere. Little chip shot to left, playable for Hamilton. Bottom of the 8th ends, and the Twins take a 5-run lead into the ninth. Breaking up here in Minneapolis. Here's the game reset. Twins leading 6-1.
Yeah, Francisco Liriano, 7 no-hit innings, 19 straight outs reported by Liriano. Michael Kadire, a big 3-run home run, his second 3-run home run of the series. And Luke Hughes got the Twins on the board in the first inning with a huge 2-out single, scoring Ben Revere for the Twins to take a 1-0 lead. And 5 unearned runs scored by the Twins in the bottom of the 7th inning, giving them a 6-0 lead. Liriano gave up a run in the 8th. And with 97 pitches, they decided to go to the bullpen. And it's Alex Burnett making his 23rd appearance out of that bullpen.
Ian Kinsler, 0 for 3, taking strike 1 from Alex Burnett. It'll be Kinsler, Andrus, and Hamilton scheduled here in the 9th inning for Texas. If this score holds or something close to it, Texas Rangers will have played 10 games in this ballpark and won once. This is the American League champion Texas Rangers from a year ago, and a team most people think is going to bid for another trip to the World Series, and for whatever reason the Twins have absolutely owned them here at Target Field.
Yeah, you go back to 2007. Coming into this ball game, the Rangers are just 6-19 here in Minnesota.
3-1 to Kinsler. Cleveland and Detroit have already lost. Hughes caught it on the fly. Kinsler's retired 1 away.
Well, Kinsler hitting his ball sharply. Hughes catches it in the air, making sure shows it to the third base umpire, Paul Neigert. He calls the out.
Every Sunday is Blue Bunny Kids Day, a fun day for everybody at the ballpark. Coming up next Sunday, the Padres are in town for one of those days. Kids get free Blue Bunny ice cream and autographs before the game. They can run the bases here at Target Field after the game. Give a call to 800-33-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com to check on ticket availability for all Sunday games this year. Here's Andrus. And the kids in attendance here nearly saw some history.
Yeah, this is Blanco right here, pitch hitting for Andrus.
And a foul ball. On June 1st, the Twins lost in Detroit to finish being swept by Detroit in a 3-game series. They were 16.5 games back. And in the minds, I think, of some people, the season was already over with.
Oh, I don't want that in mind.
Here we are, a week and a half later. And if the Twins can get 2 more outs, they will have picked up 7.5 games, almost half the margin, the deficit, in a week and a half. And Blanco's called out, 2 down.
What that does too, it makes everybody closer. Cleveland, Detroit came in, they were tied. The Tigers finally caught the Indians. Now, as the Indians are struggling, Detroit's playing pretty good baseball. So, but you know what? The Twins are just getting closer, and moving up the ladder. They're still in last place, but it's been a slow ride so far. But it's been a nice one to watch.
Hamilton takes ball 1.
And the Twins getting closer and closer when they win series like this to back to 500. Just get back to 500. See if they can do that. That'll be quite an accomplishment right there because they were 20 games under 500 at one time.
What the Twins have done very well in this series is pitch to Hamilton and Cruz. They might be remembered by some for hitting mammoth home runs here on Thursday. But since then, Hamilton has not had a meaningful hit. And Cruz, since his 3rd deck shot, one of the longest, if not the longest balls hit here, he's 0 for 11 with 7 strikeouts. 3-1.
There are the standings right now. And Twins 14 games under 500.
And the Twins impressively take 3 out of 4 from the Texas Rangers. And this homestand, this longest homestand of the year, gets off Marty to a rousing start with the Twins taking 3 out of 4 from the first place Rangers.
And overall, Dick, it's now 9 wins in Minnesota's last 11 games. Tim Lander will join me when we begin Twins Live, presented by Century Link. Next, Liriano, 8 innings strong, 2 hits allowed. We'll cover it all next.